So let me just finish setting up my stuff here again and get the music back on, get the cameras correct. Let me know if you're still there. Check, check, 1, 2, 3. Are you still in the chat? I don't know why this crashed. It's so annoying. I apologize. Like, I don't know what's going on, that I've had some of this crashing going on. So we're back, hopefully. Everything's back up here. And let me get the chat system up here. So yeah, I don't know why this has been crashing. And if you're back, let me know. Say something right there to let me know that you're back on the chat there. So I see Cedric. Thank you. You're still around. Cool. What did it look like? Did it suddenly like all blank out and stuff? Like what happened with that? So hopefully everyone else that was also visiting are you still there? Letters, yay. And who else came to visit? If you were there, just say hello. Hopefully you're still around. I see Cedric still there. Okay, so the last thing that I was saying was that I was going to open. So it just stopped, but it never said, did it ever say the part where I said, sorry everyone, let me stop it and restart it? Did it ever say that, or did it just stop? Because my system told me like, hey, it crashed, do you want to still keep streaming? And I said yes. And then I still spoke for like 30 more seconds, and I said, sorry, it crashed, let me restart. Did it ever say that final part where I said, I'm going to restart, or did it just totally blank at some point suddenly? So I didn't say that. Okay, that's fine, I guess. The very last thing that I was saying, let's move on then. The very last thing that I was saying was that I was going to open a booster pack of one of these cards, and then we'll get back to the gameplay. So what does everyone in the chat vote for? Should we open a Rowena booster pack or a Richard Corbin booster pack? I've never opened these in my life, and I think it might be fun just to kind of do something different, because where else can you see Magic gameplay and do Magic chat and open up random comic book stuff? So what does everyone in the chat say? Richard Corbin or Rowena? Which of these cards should we open up? I'm going to switch over to the card cam to be able to see those properly. The card cam is like this. So what does everyone vote for? Should we open up Rowena on the left or Richard Corbin on the right? So what are each of these? Rowena is 10 cards per pack. Look for Ultra 3D holograms and autographed cards. And this one is Richard Corbin collector cards by Comic Images. Look for Prism cards. Now let me just fix my focus here, because I want to focus on this properly. Let's see, where's our focus? Right there. Okay, so I'm going to do the random number generator. Even and odd. I'm going to roll this, and we're going to go with even or odd to see which we open up. That is an even. So let's open up the Rowena booster pack. So I've never opened these things up in my life. Let's see how fun these are. Now, someone mentioned this on a previous chat, that these could be like some really cool tokens, depending on what's on the card. They could be some really cool Magic tokens. So here we have, what is going on here? 2 furry characters in space. Art looks really high quality, very cool, very realistic. And this is saying, a feline couple. My technique in portraying humanoid felines is to first paint human bodies. Then, after everything is dried, I add the fur. So this is Rowena Morrill. She is the artist of all of this, a fantasy artist. Okay. Next up, we got a couple of like robotic priest character things with roses or something. This art is pretty interesting. Instruction from the Cardinal. I particularly like rendering textures like satin, metal, and wood. Though the concept was purely the editor's, I had fun with this Cardinal's purple robe. So, okay. Yeah, it looks very realistic, really interesting idea over here. Huh, why did my printer turn on? Anyway, this guy, what are we seeing here? Because it's like taking place in the past, but then he's got a Commodore pet, and he's in a castle, and there's a cat over there. Yeah, this art is really nice. Thrice upon a time. When I brought this piece into the art department, all the girls wanted to know who the model was. Haha. So, yep, that's like a classic Commodore PET computer, I believe. And then over here, the perspective on this is a little weird. We've got a damsel in distress, and then a dragon, but like the dragon's a little bit further in the background. Something funny just happened on Arena for you. Your opponent got their Simic Ascendancy to 20, and then you used an Agent of Treachery to steal it. Oh, that's pretty funny, yeah. Yeah, what is my printer doing? Why is my printer freaking out? King Dragon. Many feminists have objected to the chains on the girl and threatening posture of the dragon. The painting was even thrown out of an art show, causing a great controversy about the freedom of expression. I found it all very entertaining. Over here, then we've got some kid with like a genie's bottle and a horse. And let's see the back of that. Flash of Visions. I'm just going to skip through a few of these. There's a little cat with the knight and the princess, I guess. This is Vigil. Over here we have some like naked genie and a warrior, and then there's a horse. What is the title of this one? Crescent Moon. Yeah, we're totally getting mooned on this art. And hey, wait a minute, 2 in the same one? Totally unacceptable. Why would there be 2 of the exact same card on a booster? Imagine if that happened in real life in Magic. Well, if I got 2 Okos in one pack, I wouldn't complain. But if I got 2 Grizzly Bears, I would be rioting. Yeah, that's the same thing right there. And then over here, this is another one. I kind of think the perspective's a little weird. So you got this giant, and the skin tones are rendered amazingly. And then just some kid or something. And that's the sleeping giant. He's not really sleeping. Oh yeah, I guess he's sleeping. And then lastly, we have some guy and some lady and some demons. Friar's Flight. So he's a friar. Okay. So that was just some random cards that I got at the comic shop. They opened up the vaults and they had just a lot of stuff right there. So let's get back to some gameplay. Now that I got my dailies, I'm just going to play maybe just one game of climbing the ladder to get to Mythic. And I'm playing with this mono black deck. Oops, let's switch to the game. And I am actually publishing a video on Monday, a Pauper video. I'm putting 2 decks together, so it's going to be like a dual deck. I'm going to do a dual deck of 2 Pauper decks. A video about Pauper, about 2 decks. So that's coming. I will reveal that it's one deck is black-white, and one deck is green-blue. And it's Pauper, standard Pauper. And that's coming on Monday. You love any deck with Burglar Rat? Yep, Burglar Rat's amazing. I got a version of this deck that is like so cruel. It's got like Six. No, wait, how many does it have? 3 times 4. That's 12. It's got at least 12 cards that force the opponent to discard. It has 4 Burglar Rats, 4 Yarok's Fenlurker, 4 Vicious Rumors. I've noticed that when I play that deck in my on the queue, it really pairs me up in a really weird way. So I'm playing one that is not as mean. And we'll see what we get. So they had to discard the Great Henge. Okay, so they're playing triple colors. Black, blue, and green. Let's see what the opponent's shenanigans will be about. There they go. Shockland. They need green for another Ginger Brute. Weird. And then an Emery. Okay. I have to wreck Emery right away. They're probably playing Cat Oven, because I see that oven there in the graveyard. Okay, right away let's get rid of Emery, because Emery's amazing. I missed a land drop. They might block here, and that'll wipe out their field. And mine as well, but I can bring my stuff back to life, okay? They want to go with that route. So right now I'm gold 2, and I'm battling a gold 1. I actually dropped some spots. The last time that I streamed, I lost a little too much. So I said, let me come back later when the algorithm's not so weird. Let's see what happens here. So I don't fully get their deck just yet. They probably have Cat Oven. I missed another land drop. Okay, let's... Part of the other combo of this deck is having Ayara, because whenever I summon any black creatures, it pings them for life. And they're relying on getting something amazing, probably that Familiar, Cauldron Familiar, because you can sacrifice the Brute. Well, you can sacrifice the Brute for life. There's another Emery. Okay, so they really want to pull Emery off. But are they trying a little too hard with that combo? And now they've already reduced all the way down to 7 life. Gonna hit me for 2, I guess. Probably have a combat trick here, or a wipe. Okay. Return a land. I guess their amazing combo's working amazingly. Very slow player. They've already spent 26.5 minutes, and I'm at 29 minutes. So, yep, very slow player. If I get my 4th land, I can bring out Rankle. And that's not the 4th land. Amazing. Okay, well, let's bring out a Death Touch creature. If they attack me with a big old 6/6, well, I've got a Death Touch creature. While my opponent takes 2,000 years to decide what they're doing, what's everyone else doing today besides watching me play Magic? Any other plans for the day? I need to work on that video. I need to do stuff for work. I did the dishes earlier, so that was a triumph. Laundry? Now I can wait for laundry. I always have ideas for doing stuff on YouTube and all of that, but I guess at the moment it's just playing a little bit, hanging out with people on the chat, and then working on a video. And did my opponent's connection crash? Are they roping me on purpose? Are they trying to figure out what to do amazingly right here? So let's see, what are they trying to do here? They're bringing out a card called the Great Henge. it costs 7, 8, 9, where X, but it costs X less, where X is the greatest power. So this reduced it by 6. So now they'll be able to tap that and gain 2 life. Whenever a non-token creature enters, put a 1 counter on it. So they would still have that mana plus the mana of that to do cool stuff. So let's see, what are they going to do with so much mana? And they've got like a really big creature. Let's see what happens. So I guess they want to tap their Emery for getting back the Ginger Brute. I guess that's some big brain strategy right there. Bring back a 1/1. I have 18 life, even if they attack me with a 6/6. Okay, so that's a little bit more meaningful there. That can do some stuff. That comes in with a 4/3, I suppose. I doubt they'll attack. That comes in with a 2/2, but it's not unblockable. And that's an oven. I guess I doubt they'll eat any of their things. They don't have their combo. So no attacks. Okay, so let's sacrifice that rat to get me perhaps another land. Okay, there's a land. And with that land, I can bring out Rankle in the air. So they are dumbfounded by my tactics here because they can't even click on their cards to do anything. So they're like, "Oh, it's my turn. What do I do?" Okay, so I'll probably just attack. That's gonna be 3 damage in the air. Unless they have a flyer. Yeah, we'll just play it slow and steady right here. Actually, let's say we're gonna attack with everything, and they're like, oh, what am I gonna do with so many attacks? No, we're just gonna go with the air. Psych. If they do Witch's Oven on stuff, they will, they can get some food tokens and draw them a card from that Reaper. I guess it might be kind of smart to put that Ginger Brute in the oven. It's like epic flavor right there, isn't it? So, reading the card explains the card. If Roa is currently live, can you all there in the chat go tell them, like, hey, your turn is going on, you are a very slow player, I need to call a judge on you. So they are contemplating very, very complexly. Like I said, they have zero number of, what do you call it? See, they've already spent 22.55. Okay, so they're about to eat their, like I said, they're going to eat their Ginger Brute, and what that does is it's going to give them a card. No, actually, they ate their Midnight Reaper. You should put the Ginger Brute into the oven. Midnight Reaper is too good to have it die. Well, okay, I guess they really needed that card. They have 1 life. If they don't have air defense, well, I guess what's going to happen is they're going to have a food to gain them a little life. Maybe they're going to try to get something good out of the graveyard. I saw them looking at the graveyard. So let's tilt them right here with a good game. 2 ovens. Okay, they want to do another oven to eat another one of their creatures, I guess? What big brain strategies is my opponent doing? I guess they probably have the Witch's Familiar. They've got to have a Witch's Familiar right here if they really wanted that other oven back. So probably what's going to happen here is they're just trying to get a Witch's Familiar so they can do their little loop. Okay, watch on their final card. Is it a Witch's Familiar? Okay. There's another hinge. It's a legendary artifact, so you can only have one of them on the field. That's kind of weird that they are putting another one, but I guess they can put another one so they can tap for more mana. Anything good out of the graveyard? Not really. Okay, so what we could do here, this could spell curtains for the opponent. Well, not really. You're going to have plenty of... They're going to be able to do enough life gain. Okay, so they're going to get 6 life off of that. So we're going to be stuck on a loop over here. Because they're going to be able to summon their... They're going to be able to eat enough stuff. So I can already tell that they're just going to create enough food tokens and stuff until they have a little bit of life. So this is going to go on for a while with this opponent. Okay, everyone in the chat, talk to me. This is going to take forever. So let's talk about stuff while the opponent wastes my time. So, what should we talk about while the opponent wastes my time? Any New Year's plans? Anyone traveling anywhere for the holidays? Is anyone going to spend New Year's somewhere in the world? Going out to any interesting places? Okay, so for the next match with this person, I am going to put my Ley Lines of the Void, because they're able to get their stuff from the graveyard very well. So we need to put Ley Lines of the Void in there so that the stuff from the graveyard doesn't keep coming back. Okay, so 4, 5, 6, that'll give me a Liliana Planeswalker. I can sacrifice a couple of things, or actually, well, let's do a Cavalier. That'll do some damage there. Gonna sacrifice this creature so I have some air shenanigans. They are gonna bake it into a pie, which is fine. I still get what I need. I'll go all in, I suppose. I have 1 mana left. Go in with everything. They can eat that pie. Well, everyone, I wish I could have some more amazing gameplay for you on the stream, but when your opponent is really dumb, that's what happens there. They can double block that. I don't care. I've got another one in my hand. At least I take out 1 brute. Well, they'll probably eat it with the pie also. They probably won't. They want to take out my creature. Okay. They're going to discard a card. They're going to sacrifice a creature. They're going to lose a life. Okay. So, I don't need another Rankle. I don't need this creature right here. We'll end that turn. They're just, you know, frantically, they're like praying to get their familiar, because that's gonna create this combo. As long as they've got like 1 extra food, they'll be able to like get their Cauldron Familiar to do this horrible loop. And usually I concede when there's that kind of deck because it's just so annoying. And I don't know, maybe we'll stick around until it works. I mean, until they get me. It's gonna take all of my willpower not to quit it, because like in the sideboard I'm definitely putting my Ley Lines of the Void. That will really help versus the opponent. Let's see what big brain moves are here. So Meteor Golem, okay, that's a good one. And then... Yep, there's the Cauldron Familiar, so that's going to do this infinite loop. So when we switch decks, when we sideboard, I need the Ley Line and the... Are you sure you need so many of those? Okay, so yeah, they have their loop going on right here. It's going to be pretty painful. Okay, so let's give it a shot like this. I require service. Your corpse will volunteer. That's hilarious. So they'll probably get rid of their Golem. They'll get rid of their Familiar, because they'll just loop it back with the food. Oh, interesting. Okay, so that'll draw me some cards. So let's see if they want to... You can probably block with that cat, right? If you do it in the right way, you can block with the cat. Okay, so that'll give me a card and that'll bring something back from the graveyard. I kind of want that burglar rat, but probably a Yara. No, I have an Ayara already, so let's bring back a burglar rat. That'll allow them to discard. So you get to discard something. They discarded a goose. Less than 15 minutes left, opponent. All right, they have their engine, so I guess this is now that they're going to do their speed ups. Yep, there you go. Look at that. They've got their perfect engine. This is what Magic is all about. Alright, so what do we need to do here? We definitely need that Leyline of the Void. It's just amazing how I have answers for this deck, but they're in the sideboard. So it's just amazing how the algorithm is like the algorithm is like let's the algorithm is like let's pair you up in a way that you can't handle, and so it's not until the sideboard will you get anything out of it. So they have a critical mass. They have 18 cards left. I don't know, is this a viable strategy? They have 18 cards left in their... Okay, let's try it like this. They have 18 cards left. It's not going to go for 18 turns. Alright, so they have a big old gargoyle. They have a troll king. They have 4 foods. They have 3 ovens. Pretty amazing. And so far they spent 12 minutes. So they're going to loop that cat for a little bit. So for game 2, Leyline of the Void, definitely, and Meteor Golem, at least. Now, how many cards do they have here? 14 cards. Okay, so when I bring out my Cavalier, I suppose I will throw out a... I guess I'll get the Cavalier and that rat can get it. Everything from the sideboard, and the game is starting to lag a lot. So, okay, let's take out all of these things that are away. Yeah, the game's suddenly lagging horribly. Let me take out the really big things for the moment. Wow, the lag is totally real. That lag is horrible. This is when the opponent gets salty because they had to mulligan to 5. I wrecked their gooses, and I have rankle. So are they gonna salt me until they give up? Or are they legitimately having trouble with their internet connection? How many of you vote that, yeah, they're having trouble with their internet connection versus they're being salty? All right, so my turn. So here's what we'll do. We'll bring the gutter bones back. Oh, they have to lose life first. Great. Okay, so I'm thinking of the sanitarium skeleton. I guess this is where it ends for this amazing player, that they just didn't get what they needed, so it's time to salt the earth. They can eat their many food tokens to prolong the game. Now you get to discard that card. I don't want to lose that rider, but I guess. And that was just a land. We'll leave that one in hand for next turn. So I guess Roa, after playing, what is that, 20 minutes and not getting what you needed, you are going to salt it to the end. So whatever happens here, this will be my final game. I have lots of other stuff planned that I need to do today, but I wanted to jump on the stream for a little bit. Thanks everyone for coming to hang out. You got to see some top-level Magic gameplay over here. Go find Roa's stream and tell them they did a great job. There you go. So, yep. I was already up to gold 2.4, but then I lost a few games, so I went down. I don't think I got up to gold 1 yet. But it's been kind of a little bit of a slog. So okay, cool. There we had a little bit of gameplay. Hopefully everyone had a little bit of a good time. Thanks everyone for hanging out. There's a new video coming out on Monday. A Pauper deck tech video and such. Hopefully I'll see you there on the YouTube. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Tell your friends to follow and watch. I do the streaming Saturdays at least. I might try different hours throughout the week to try to get to affiliate level. I'm very close on that. So thank you Letters Yay for the raid. Thank you Cedric and WWG for visiting. Who else visited? Thank you everyone for visiting. Hopefully you had a good time. This has been VM Campos, and I'll see you next time.